welcome. Welcome back to another episode of the TOTB podcast. I'm your host, Jay, and I'm here with my co-host, Jordan.
Jeremiah Jordan. And today's a special episode because...
Why is that?
Because it seems like people love our segments. And
my
personal favorite segment is the one we're about to do today. Today's episode is just all Quora queries.
All Quora queries. Can you believe that?
So every degenerate, dumb question that people have asked on Quora, we're gonna answer them.
We're gonna try to answer the best we can.
You can only answer, stupidity in such a serious.
You can only take it so serious. Yeah, exactly.
You can only take it so serious.
How far?
So
there's a lot of dumb questions out there.
There's a lot of dumb questions, and so without further ado, let's actually get started with our first Quora query. Okay, so the question they ask is: the internet shuts down in 1 hour. It will never be back again. How will you spend this hour? Jay?
That's their question?
That's the question.
That's a question for people who don't have a life. I'm sorry, but it's true. Unless, if you live on the internet, what? How?
For people who are terminally online is what
you don't have a life. For an hour.
For an hour.
Wait, it's going to be turned off for an hour, or it's going to be turned off in an hour?
In 1 hour, the internet is gone forever. Never coming back.
What am I doing?
What are you doing on the internet with that 1 hour left that you have on the internet?
Oh, on the internet?
Yeah. So you have 1 hour left to use the internet, and then you never use it again.
Okay, see, that question got harder now.
Oh, now it's much harder.
Now it's harder, yeah. There's a million things you can do on the internet. But what I would do... Guys, this show is for degenerates. Your hosts are degenerates.
Very true.
There's only... that probably says a little bit of what I would do on there.
You're going to go to the old hub?
That's on there. That's on the list, guys. I'm only a guy. You wouldn't...
I have a better answer. There are those YouTube videos that just go for an hour that are like looping. I'm gonna use that one. There's a video of Patrick in that episode.
You're psychotic. Oh no! What the?
There's where they're trapped in Sandy's dome and he goes, "Open sesame," and he does that for an hour. They keep looping him doing it for an hour.
Oh no!
That's what I would do with my time.
Yeah,
on the
you're
internet.
Insane. I gotta visit as many websites as I can. In 1 hour.
1 hour.
I'm doing it all. I'm visiting the hub. I'm visiting ChatGPT. I'm visiting chat rooms. I don't know, dude. Anything I can get. I just want to get as much internet into my head as I can in 1 hour.
You go to Facebook groups.
Yeah, I'll buy something.
Buy something on Facebook.
Go on Etsy,
random.
OfferUp. Etsy, OfferUp, eBay, Amazon.
Go to WeChat and talk to the Chinese. The Chinese on there,
Yeah. Post, opinions and controversial stuff, just because nobody's gonna see it after that.
You go to Weibo, which is like the Chinese version of Twitter, and you post everything in English.
Yeah. And then you see someone that goes, "You're looking for the only English comment."
Oh yeah.
You seen those?
Yeah.
I've seen those. They're everywhere.
All the time, because I only speak English. If I listen to like some songs or something that are in another language, like obviously they have a language demographic, and then it's like it's like a Spanish song. So someone in the comments, if you're scrolling through it, someone's like, "This song's fire" in English.
Yeah, I don't know what they're saying, but they're good.
It's good, man.
It's good.
It's good, man. It hits me right in my soul.
Well, yeah. So your thing is
a video loop. I got
video on loop for an hour.
Yeah, it's either that Patrick one of him saying "Open Sesame," or there's one of from Yu-Gi-Oh where Yugi's going, "It's time to do," and he just does that for an hour.
The lagging part. Oh no! I think the only one I could do is that Rick Roll music. Never Gonna Give You Up.
Oh,
that one is great.
That's a good one.
I don't think I'd get tired of that song.
You're just gonna get Rick rolled.
But
again,
I'm just trying to scram and get as much internet as I can into my head.
You're gonna join FanDuels and place a bet.
FanDuel, place a bet. I'll go to DraftKings, place another bet there. Whatever, as much as I can do on the internet, I'll try to do.
So we have a response here from Gary White. He says, "In all honesty, assuming that PC hardware would still be working and available, and considering I have a pretty fast internet connection, I would probably, 1, drive to Best Buy and pick up a couple of external hard drives. 20 minutes, I know, but it's a bit waste of time. But it beats having the little 250 GB hard drive on my laptop. And even 2 terabyte hard drive means 2 terabytes of stuff I can save. Download all of my stuff off Google Drive and OneDrive. 10 minutes. That way I can catch up on my email while the world burns, even if I can't reply.
Okay, he likes to stay informed.
Stay informed. Download some good books from Project Gutenberg. 10 minutes. I'll have something to read on my Kindle that way. Download as much as I can of Quora and Wikipedia. 15 minutes. That way I'll have a knowledge ready to go in the HTML format.
But isn't Wikipedia like left to the reader?
What do you mean? It's
like the reader can edit?
I guess he's gonna, when he says download, he's gonna screenshot everything. Or
yeah, is he?
You can't download articles, can you? I've never gotten that type of experience.
Wikipedia in like months. Maybe that's one of my stops too. You wasted 20 minutes.
So, he says number 5, type goodbye onto social media while playing taps for 1 minute. Can there be a better send off to the greatest thing to happen to the world since the car? So
He's
gonna play taps while typing goodbye onto social medias. Download things such as an IRC server and instructions on how to set up a LAN 4 minutes. That way everyone can have the information, and I'd be the Gates of my neighborhood.
Dude, they gave me the idea. I'll download the blueprints to make internet.
You're right. Instead of a private server, so only you have the internet yourself, and then you charge people to use the internet.
$40.
You become an IP.
You become the IP. There you go, and you make billions and get rich.
He says, put in a DVD onto the TV, crack open a Coke, and watch the explosions out the window. And who knows for how long. And number 8, go back to my PC and think to myself, this can't be that bad. After all, no more than 20 or 25 years ago, people didn't have any computers with no internet.
That's true. And why do they expect a sort of like nuclear apocalypse?
Maybe maybe Joe Biden is gonna outlaw
the internet.
He's gonna outlaw the internet. Yeah.
Oh no, that cannot happen. We're gonna turn into China.
We're gonna turn into China. Well, I mean, even China has the internet. They just have the Great Firewall of China. Yeah.
Really limited. Yeah.
So that's why you can't talk about Tiananmen Square. Or you can't say that you can't say that Taiwan's its own country.
It's its own country. Do you believe that?
It's not Taiwan. Okay, it's called Southern China.
Oh, okay. We know where you stand now.
Right. It's mainland China, and then it's Southern China.
Southern China. China. Interesting. There's be a change on that map.
That's how all maps are going to read it. I mean, that's literally the U.S.'s political standpoint on it. They believe that it's one China. Like, even though you see Biden out there saying Taiwan is a thing. Like, if you've ever saw our laws, like it says, well, it's one China. Like,
it's one China.
We've agreed to say it's one China.
It's one China in 2 pieces.
Exactly. It's a united China. Like, it's like how Hawaii is a state, but it's not connected to us.
Yeah.
And Alaska.
And Alaska is all the way up in Canada.
Exactly like that. It's but only with the name China. It's like
only with the name China.
It's not like we call Hawaii Porsche Mini America.
Mini America, American Island.
An American island. So that was Gary White's response to what the internet. What you would do with the 1 hour left in the internet. Let us know in the comments down below, or shoot us an email and we'll read it on the show on what you would do with 1 hour left of the internet. 1 hour left
of the internet.
Let's move
before the nuclear apocalypse.
Before the nuclear apocalypse or any massive EMPs wipe out all electronics.
At least we don't have to worry about AI anymore.
That would solve one problem.
One problem.
Let's move on to our second Quora query. It says, I'm 13 and want to be pregnant. What should I do?
You should get off Quora. Where do you get these?
I'm hard pressed to believe these are actually real. I feel like this is like how people get graded in their creative writing.
I got the sense that Quora is just for satire. I don't know. Sometimes it's just, I don't believe it.
I told the audience it was worse than Reddit, and I don't stand corrected. I'm proven right.
I think you are right. Reddit is degenerate, but Quora's like, there's more levels to it.
So let's give them some advice. If they want to be pregnant.
Wait, that's her whole thing?
Her whole thing is she's 13 and she wants to be pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
So what should we do? So obviously I would say don't do it. that
obviously.
I would say don't be. You want to be pregnant. I understand that, but you don't have the qualifications to be a parent because you're still a kid yourself.
Yeah, who takes care of you?
Takes care of you. So obviously,
your mother.
Obviously, nobody. I mean, if they want to be pregnant, they're 13 years old. I don't know what 13-year-old just thinks of. Hey, you know what? It'd be cool to be pregnant.
Yeah, you're gonna regret that real fast.
You're gonna regret it. There's a lot of responsibilities to becoming a parent. You
gotta get that money first.
You gotta get your money, set up your career.
10x your money.
And you don't know if the guy you get impregnated by will stick with you. You
don't know if he turns out to be an alcoholic.
An alcoholic,
13-year-old alcoholic. Yeah. Hey, it happens, man. A lot of people start young.
So that's my advice: is don't do it. Just focus on you first. You're still young. You're 13. You're coming into who you're gonna be for the rest of your life. So focus on that. Jay, what is your...
basically a baby with a baby.
Baby with the baby. My mom always used to say babies raising babies nowadays.
Yeah, basically. But don't do it. Don't do it.
So we have a response here from a user named Parenting and Our Kids. They said, pretty much going along with what I said, agreeing with me.
Not you agreeing with them.
Not at all.
Oh.
Obviously, I said it first. And
okay.
And we're reading their response after. So
it's here.
You are 13. You need to focus on your education first, get good grades, and go places in life. Having a child is something you put on the back burner. This is your learning phase in life. Get your high school diploma. Then go to college, the service, or go to a trade school. In today's society, a high school education does not cut it. You need more. Blessings ahead in your future. Love and praying hands. Emoji.
Sounds like a nice person.
Very nice.
This is who you need to listen to. 13-year-old girl.
They're probably an adult, like even more so of an adult than us. They're probably like late 30s, early 40s, maybe mid 50s.
Yeah.
Who knows?
I mean, the economy is terrible right now. Interest rates are high on everything.
They are. And listen, man. Maybe
it's a woman.
You're right. You're right.
No, it's a girl.
Listen, girl. You might not want the kid after. I know many people who regret having children.
You want your freedom? No, that's not on the table anymore. You can't go out with your friends. No freedom. You can't do whatever you want.
Exactly.
You got to do what the kid wants.
And full disclosure, this is coming from two childless people. So,
I have no kids.
Well, neither do I.
I think we have, we can make some points on that for sure.
I think so. Being experienced and being childless is great.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's the advice I have to say.
Take his word for that.
Being childless is great. Being an adult and being childless is great.
Yeah. You got that adult money now.
I spend it on myself.
Kids? Man, who needs kids?
Let's go to our third Quora query.
Next Quora query.
So, what is the most shameless thing you have ever seen a teacher do?
Shameless.
Full disclosure, I was homeschooled, so my teacher was my mom.
Like it's real personal.
And I've never seen her do anything shameless, because she's a very prideful person, and she tells me if you do that, people will judge you. So she's full of shame, and awareness,
Just awareness.
And she tries to instill it with me, but obviously it didn't work because I'm doing this podcast,
Shameful.
No,
I don't.
shame.
I don't think I've seen a teacher do anything shameful. I don't pay attention to the teacher.
You never seen
I'm not in school anymore though, so.
You never seen a teacher just be like act a fool or just I don't know, like I'll read the example.
No, oh yeah. I've seen a teacher put a gum under her desk.
That's pretty shameful.
That's pretty shameful.
Pretty shameful.
Everybody used to do it. If you flipped over one of those school desks, bro, it's all just gum under it.
Okay, but they're kids doing it,
I've seen a kid actually take a gum from under there and chew it. And I looked at him and he looked at me. We made eye contact. And it was like if I wasn't even there.
He started blowing a bubble in front of you.
And it pops. I was like, okay, man. Do you.
So we have a response here. They say, I had a male math teacher in early grammar school. And as it was an old girls' school, we all hero worshipped him. He was fun and had one quirk. He'd walk around with a rather heavy textbook and bonk us on the head if we said something stupid or cheeky. I was a bit of a maths boffin, so was pretty cheeky with him and would get bonked on the head regularly. At the end of my second year, he found that my family would be immigrating in the summer holidays. So to commemorate my leaving, he gave me the textbook and invited me to retaliate. I think he had a headache for the rest of the day. We never held this behavior against him as his classes were great and he had us eating out of his hand.
So what did she do exactly?
So she had a math teacher who would bonk the students on the head when they would say something cheeky to him or something stupid.
It's making them dumber.
And so when he found out she was leaving the country, he gave her the textbook and said to hit him back. And she hit him as hard as she could.
Oh, damn. I bet. It's the buildup from all those head bonkings.
All the head bonking.
Give you all a whole school year's worth of bonking in one go.
So, have you ever experienced a teacher with that type of behavior? Something like that? Or are they all boring?
All my teachers were strict and boring.
Damn.
Yeah, and they were just really strict and just, really hard. They'd be like those annoying teachers where I don't know, they would help a kid in front of you and they like bend over and then, they put the whole rectum in your face and they don't care.
Oh my God.
Yeah, you ever had a teacher? Oh wait, you're homeschooled.
I was homeschooled, yeah. My mom never did it to me either. So.
I feel like that's a thing all kids who go to school experience. A teacher that's just really careless about their movements. Yeah, but other than that, I don't think anything like that really. I had a teacher who would, smack her yardstick on like the desk if you didn't listen to.
Sounds pretty common.
Yeah, I don't know. Boring school.
So we don't have a good one for you guys. I'm sorry.
We don't. We never experienced.
Some flaccid responses here. So let's move on.
Yeah. Guys, I'm sorry. I'm limping.
So let's move on to our next Quora query.
Yeah.
My Uber driver stopped to get gas. Outrageous. How should I rate the ride? I take Uber almost all the time. I've never had an Uber stop for gas. So
really? Oh, you're
drivers,
right. I had taken Ubers before. This is a careless driver.
So I don't know. How long did he take? Did he stop for a smoke? Like there's very little details. If he just stopped for gas, did you really want him to drive on an empty tank and stop halfway?
Did he stop for gas and a snack and didn't get you one? Courteous Uber driver, man.
Courteous. So man. I say if it's literally just he stopped, got gas, and then took off, give him 5 stars. If he didn't crash the car,
I think 4 stars.
4 stars. Oh, for
because you had
your time.
Yeah, because you're bringing me with you.
You're right.
I didn't have to come to the gasoline station. You did.
You're right.
Run out of gas after you drop me off. I don't know.
Or be prepared. Be prepared.
Or be prepared.
Before you accept the ride, fill up your tank.
Yeah, it tells you right there in the morning when you wake up and you get into your car, you need gas.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're right about that. But you can use that as an excuse. You can go and email Uber and say, "Hey, my Uber driver stopped to get gas and I missed wherever I was supposed to do," and then they give you a refund or they give you partial refund.
Oh, you're right. Because don't they charge you for waiting? Like if they're gonna pick you up and you're still getting ready and they're outside and the time keeps running, right?
Yeah. If you're in the car and he stops, they don't really charge you because you already paid like for the miles. That's why you pay one price ahead of time.
Not always. I got charged a different price last time.
Really? Did you change directions or something?
No, nothing.
Wow, that's crazy.
It was like $7.91. It was a short little ride, and then at the end I got off, and then I got an email that says, "Oh, you've been charged $9.91." Like, wow.
Could have emailed them like, "Hey, what's up with that?"
Too late now, and it's only $10.
It's never too late.
Yeah.
So I say 5 stars. If he didn't do anything, wrong, like just. Jay says 4 stars for this poor man.
4 stars, man.
4 stars.
Should have been prepared, man.
What if he stopped for gas and he got you a snack?
Then he's being considerate. Then 5 stars.
5 stars.
But I'll say he still stopped for gas.
And you get half your money back.
Yeah, he still stopped. He got me a snack. Come on. He's not a bad guy. But yeah, 4 stars. There you go. That's that.
4 stars. So this person responds. They say, "I must start by saying that I am an Uber Platinum Pro partner. This title in layman terms says that I have north of 650 rides. My acceptance rate is 4.8%, and my rating as a driver is 4.927 out of 5. I have stopped for fuel, and I've asked the rider if that is okay with them. I've never had a person say no. I've stopped twice for fuel. That being said, as a driver, most of the time, you do not know the length of the ride that you're accepting, and that is a factor as to the amount of fuel you will need. Riders in a hurry are usually very polite in not blaming the driver that you cannot stop and get 10 gallons of fuel and that they should hail another ride. Your post is lacking any specifics, therefore, unless the car was filthy and smelled like the subway of New York City, and you arrived at your destination safely, give the person 5 stars. Not much to go with this information. Safety first, Robert.
I pay for it. Everything goes into consideration.
Oh. Hey, Robert.
Sorry, I'm like that.
Jay says, fight him.
No. I just said give him 4 stars.
Fight him on it. So,
no. He's just driving.
No, I mean fight with Robert on the opinions. On the 4 or 5 star thing. Yeah, fight Robert on the 4.
He said 5?
He said 5 stars like me. He agrees with me.
I mean, again, he got you a snack or he didn't. That's the make it or break it.
Make it or break it point for our friend Jay here.
Yeah.
And for Robert, he's like me. He's a simple guy. As long as you didn't die, he gets 5 stars.
Yeah, okay. Hey.
So let's go to our next Quora query. This is a confusing one, so I got to pay close attention to this.
Okay, let me see.
I just found out that my uncle is also my...
Oh, okay.
My uncle is also my dad's brother. What do I do?
Wait, what the hell? I thought you were heading somewhere else, but that is confusing. How do they...
What will this do to our family dynamic? So they found out that their uncle is their dad's brother. What does this do to their family dynamic?
It just proves you're dumb. Sorry, but it's true. What the heck? Why, bro? I know they say no dumb questions, but come on.
No, I live by a simple motto. You know, you ask dumb questions, you get dumb answers. You ask stupid questions, you get stupid answers.
Yeah.
So, Bruno WCZ says, this is a very serious situation. Cases like this are usually hard to deal with, but lucky for you, my friend, I was in a pretty similar situation 2 years ago.
Dude, what are the,
Mine was a bit different in a way, but yet similar to yours. In summer of 2018, I found out my aunt, not aunt to my American friends, was in fact my mother's sister. And oh boy, did my family freak out. Yes, we all did. Fortunately, there's a few things that could be done to preserve your family's chemistry and dynamic. 1, I would recommend you log off the internet because you obviously have too much time. Maybe you could do something with it, read a book, or 2, refer to 1.
Just get off the internet.
Thanks for the upvotes. And then, in addition, I'd like to apologize to those that missed the sarcasm seminar I hosted before answering this question.
Oh, man.
So, it does nothing to your family dynamic, okay?
It does nothing.
What do you expect? Why is he your uncle? Because he's your brother's dad. What do you think? He's your second dad? Like, if he's...
No, he's your dad's brother. He's not your brother's dad.
Yeah, he's your...
Because that f***ed up your family.
You're right.
Yeah. That messes up your dynamic.
So, he's your dad's brother.
Mm-hmm.
What is he... If he's not your uncle, what is... Like, is he just some guy as an uncle? Like what is...
He's a family friend.
He's a family friend. Like,
could be.
Oh, he's that uncle type of family friend?
Yeah. The one that was... He's always been there, but he's never had, like, a wife or a kid of his own. He's just kind of around. He's floating around the family.
He's kind of floating around. I am an uncle myself. You know, I consider myself a cool uncle.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I am also my brother's brother.
Right.
I am my nephew's
uncle.
Dad's brother.
Yeah, I wonder what he thinks of it.
I can't wait to show him this when he gets older. You know, so I'm gonna tell him, listen, I have something to tell you right now. Me and your dad, we're siblings. We're brothers.
I'm your dad's brother.
You know, you can take that for as much as you need to. Take your time with it. I know it's hard, but I am your dad's brother. You know, I'm not only your uncle, but I'm your dad's brother.
I'm telling you the truth.
I'm telling you the truth. Like, your mom will confirm it, and your dad will confirm it.
Yeah.
Even your grandma will say, yeah, that's true.
Anybody you ask that knows us in that depth will confirm I'm your dad's brother.
I am your dad's brother, genetically. genetically.
Yeah.
So, what? Obviously, I think you're gonna have the same answer. Like, what does this do to this family dynamic? Nothing. It does absolutely nothing.
It does nothing. Your question is, it's basically would that be considered? It's not a rhetorical question. It's just a useless question.
It's a stupid question.
It's a stupid question that doesn't need an answer. This shouldn't even be a question.
It should not be a question.
This question should have never been formed because you already had the answer.
You already had the answer, unless they didn't think about it, you know. But some people, these people exist, man. That's all I can say. These people exist.
See, after this, now you can say there might not be any dumber questions.
Oh, I got the next one even dumber.
Oh shoot! What is it?
Our next Quora query is: will a demon leave you alone if you ask it to?
I think I've asked this question before.
We've answered it. No, actually, I think that was
there was a summoning of.
Yeah, the summoning.
Do you
Satan.
call the cops?
So the last question about Satan was if you summon him, like what do? You accidentally summon him. This is a demon. If you if you have a demon, if you ask it to leave it alone, will it? I haven't had any demonic experiences yet.
I've only heard people have what they call in Spanish is cuando se te sube el muerto.
And for those,
it's basically
translation for the non-Spanish speakers is
basically is when the dead gets on you. That's the direct translation. It's basically sleep paralysis. That's what they call it. Sleep paralysis. And they go, I see them standing in the corner. They're just standing and watching. I'm like, are you just watching them too? Like, what's going on? You know, and then, well, from what I know, the encounters that have happened, they haven't been able to communicate due to paralysis on the human part.
Right.
So, I mean, I never dealt with demons.
Right.
I don't have demons.
So I guess you can only assume here. You can only assume.
I can only assume that they won't.
I'd have to say the same. You probably have to call your local priest.
Yeah, you probably have to bless your house.
Come in and do some exercising with the
demon, like heavy weightlifting.
Well, I mean, I know a bodybuilder. You think he can exercise? He can out exercise my. Demon?
Yeah, dude. You have to get a guy who's really hitting all the muscle groups. You know.
Yeah.
You can't get a guy who's lacking.
So you can exercise.
You can exercise this damn demon, dude.
We have a response from Dorothy Ciortino. Dorothy Ciortino. She says no. Once you give that evil entity an opening, you are snared. If you want an out, a lot of ugly things start happening. I do not know your story, nor know how long you've opened yourself to this demon. Some demons are ultra powerful. Not all have the same power. If I were in your shoes, I'd simply turn myself to God immediately, baptize myself, and make a serious confession and sincere repentance. Read the Bible daily. Ask Christ to help you. He will. I guarantee you, he will. Then seek a Catholic or Orthodox or exorcist, and they will help you.
I get what they're coming from, but if you've ever seen those exorcism movies, it gets worse before it gets better. Especially if you search in God immediately. You've seen them come up with a priest and starts flying around and the lady's head goes 360. Transition over to God, you know.
Just say the power of Christ compels you.
No, you say the power of God will compel you once fully integrated into religion.
Or you pull out a gun and you're like, I have the power of God. You know.
Just start
blasting. Start blasting. Yeah.
All right. Hey, it could work. I mean, has anybody really ever tried it?
What if the bullets are dipped in holy water?
You're right.
You know,
what are the blessed gun and the bullets are dipped in?
You bless your
holy
blicky.
Water. Bless the blicky.
Bless your blicky.
The only way to get rid of demons. You don't have to ask them. You have to force them out. You know, that's a bad thing about demons. They're not like your mother-in-law.
They're like, hey, these caps be sanctified, yo, and you start busting them, you know?
Yeah. You have the priest do it.
You have the priest.
You have the priest come in here and do it. He's a blessed man.
He's a holy man, and he comes out, he starts busting caps in demons.
In demons, man.
Because they're sanctified, you know? They're sanctified.
They don't want to leave you alone when you ask them nicely. You got to use some force.
Got to use some holy force.
Holy force, man. As God intended.
As God himself intended. All right, so that's our advice for handling demons. I think we nail it every time with the demons.
I think we do. Yeah, pretty sound advice. I don't think we're going out here, on a stretch or anything. I mean, if it happened to me, it'd be the thing. I'd get a priest to shoot this demon.
I think so.
Yeah.
Let's move on to our next Quora query. It says, have you ever walked into your house and noticed a sound that you thought was suspicious? What happened? We got some psychosis going on with this user.
I'm trying to see what should say this.
You're among friends here.
Yeah. Well, I mean, sounds of like the bed walking in on someone.
I think
that's the only sounds that I couldn't recognize at first, and then I realized it, and I'm like, I wish I was deaf.
I think this is more of a mysterious type of sound that you hear in your house.
Oh, not in my house, but in my head.
In your head.
Well, you let me know. Do you sometimes get like this loud ringing? Because there's this ringing sound. I don't hear. They pass it in video games, especially shooting video games. When you lose your hearing, it's just that,
Yeah.
And it happens to me sometimes randomly, not at home, but just sometimes in one ear.
Yeah, I forget what the condition of that is. It's a common. It's not a disease or anything. It's just I think it's our blood flow. Like we're just
right.
Our ears or our minds are reacting to the blood flow, and that's why we hear like. I usually hear it when it's in deep silence. Like when there's deep silence, I hear like a.
It's in the background.
Yeah, it's in the background.
Well, it's only drowned out by the surrounding ambience noise.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's always there. It's a constant sound that's there.
Very quietly. Sometimes I hear it like peak up and then it just goes away. Like how you say sometimes you hear it. We have Andrew DeVille. He says, yesterday I was in my daughter's room when a buzzing, humming noise started up. Excuse me.
Okay, I'm good.
It seemed to be coming from the ceiling, so I tried turning the lights off. Nope, definitely in that room. And not the makeup air fan above the closet next door. Not coming from the air vent, maybe the plumbing which runs above the ceiling, the smoke alarm. I tried looking under the bed and it seemed louder. The underfloor heating pipes? No. Her electric toothbrush in her bag on the floor. I was thinking of turning off electric breakers one by one, but thankfully didn't have to. So I guess it was her electric toothbrush on the floor that was going off.
You think so?
That's what he says.
Because I know what he's talking about now. I'm talking about psychosis, but he's talking about actual sounds in your house that you can't really figure to. Electricity does that. It does a buzzing sound. I don't know if you heard it.
Yeah.
It's really loud. Yeah, it's really freaking loud when it surges, especially when you have like exposed wires. You can really hear it.
Yeah. I think you're absolutely right, and I've never experienced anything outside of just like what we've already discussed. Like,
yeah, no, I've definitely heard that before because one of my cousins, in his house, his room was like up, and he was missing his light bulb and like even the part that holds the light bulb that you screw the light bulb into, and it was just wires hanging out, and I'm like, that's really fucking dangerous. But that's how he lived, and every time he would turn on the light, you would hear this surge. It would be like, and like a steady humming. And I'm like, dude, you're gonna blow up one day. This feels like I'm not coming over ever again. It sounds like you're gonna blow up. I don't want to be here.
That is incredibly scary. I wish nothing but the best for him.
Yeah, me too.
Hopefully he stays safe. And those are our answers for that Quora query.
Yeah.
Let's get to our final Quora query of the episode.
Let's see what else we got to answer. What else people need help in.
All right. So this kind of relates back to, and I choose this one specifically because it relates back to what you just kind of brought up about hearing strange sounds and walking into bedrooms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is it?
This is, have you ever caught your parents doing something inappropriate?
No. Wasn't the parents.
Oh no!
Wasn't me either.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. Was it your dog?
One time it was.
What time?
It was with a pillow.
It usually is.
Kill that pillow with fire.
Just burn it. Thankfully, I was my mom was a single. I was from a single parent household.
Yeah.
So there was no chance of it happening.
There was no chance. Yeah.
No chance of it happening.
It was always a fear growing up.
For you.
Yeah. Well, my parents are divorced now, so who cares?
And now you understand if you walk in, you're like, "Hey, get it," you know?
Yeah. Now I know who it's not.
Now you know who it's not. Exactly.
I could kind of cheer for them.
You're
be
like,
pretty weird though. Hey, you get it, Dad.
You close the door. You're like, knock on the door. Like, hey, we got it, bro. You got it, bro. You got it.
Good job, Mom.
Good job, Mom.
Oh, that just sounds weird. I regret saying that. But yeah, let's go back to this.
So Ivan, I don't even know how to pronounce that name. What is that? Ivan Pinar. Ivan Pinar.
Where?
Right here. Ivan Pinar. Right?
Yeah. Sounds exactly like how you said it.
Yeah, Ivan Pinar. He responds. He says, "Yup," and what a sight it was. Pretty intense experience.
Excited.
Pretty intense experience. Lol. I ran away and hid under my covers. My mom found me and she started laughing good-naturedly. She let me know that what they were doing was perfectly natural and that they had nothing to be ashamed of, and I moved on pretty quickly. Hope this helps.
It sounds like a kid, like a little kid.
Yeah, he even has the little emoticon.
I went to hide under my blankie.
I went in my little covers. I mean, he might have been a kid when he caught them.
Probably, yeah. You're right.
And so he's like, no,
because it'd be weird if it's like a grown ass like 30-year-old and he goes, I went under my blankie. LOL. Oh, they were doing the nasty.
Yeah, I feel like if he was an adult, he saw that he'd probably go straight to the Jack Daniels. You know?
Oh yeah. Straight to, damn, I wanna
just take a hit. And
yeah. Why am I still living with my parents?
It's like, this is why I got to get my own place as soon as I get that job that I was promised.
That I was promised. That I was looking into.
That I was looking into very deeply.
Next week.
And maybe we have one more. Yes, let's do one more real quick.
One more, guys.
I know I said the last one was the last one, but this one is the best question so far. I think I saved the best for last.
Let's see. Let's see what it is.
So we have the question is our last Quora query. If I die alone at home, how many hours or days will pass until my pet dog, cat, or bird eats me?
Right away. They don't care.
They never loved you.
Dude, surprisingly, there's quite a bit of stories of people dying in their house and their pets just chomping them up.
I think that's how I want to go.
That's how would you die though? You got squished under your refrigerator and you couldn't lift it. Or you just died there.
Or I had a heart attack and I just dropped dead.
You just dropped dead?
On the floor, yeah, and then...
No, dude. And then eaten by cats and then they find you like months later and you're half eaten?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, like, I gotta be put to some use, you know? Like...
Become useful.
Yeah, I gotta be useful now. Like
you're part of that the life cycle now.
Part of the life cycle, yeah. And then eventually I'll be reborn out of my cat's feces, you know.
Reborn into a pile of crap.
Yeah, I'll be reborn into a pile of crap. And I'll just be filtered out through my cat's intestinal tract,
like
you know.
The filter.
Yeah, filter
no,
out.
Dude, that sounds horrible.
And I'll be given a new purpose. I'll fertilize the ground, you know, when the cat takes a dump.
You don't have to get eaten to do that.
I guess that's what rigor mortis is for, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what it's for. Because there's that just reminded me of a company that does that. You know, they take your I don't know how they do it exactly, but it's just your body to grow a tree. They put you in like a capsule or something, and they use your body's nutrients to grow a tree.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and that's like their whole purpose.
I might do that.
You might do that?
Yeah, I might do that. You know?
Not the cats anymore?
I'll do both. I'll split my body in half.
Half and half. Okay.
So whatever's left of me after they eat me,
they can put it in a tree.
So I could be reborn as a pile of turds or as a tree. In both sentences, you know, both instances.
You know, it just depends. I tried my best not to die like that. You know, if I'm having a heart attack, I'll leave a window open.
So you can fall out of it?
So they can leave.
So they can leave?
Yeah, leave me to rest in peace, bro. You know.
So your neighbors can smell it and then call in and they get you bagged up. You know.
That's really long though. It's like after like a week or something, you start degrading.
Well, they'll get to you eventually.
Yeah, eventually, but not right away.
So Tom Scruggs responds and said, "My sister died at home, and it wasn't unusual for her to avoid answering the phone."
It's kind of sad.
That's true. So I wasn't really worried until it had been 2 weeks that I had not heard from her. I had the police do a wellness check, and they found her decaying body along with her tiny, hungry Shih Tzu. He had survived drinking from a leaking faucet in a bathtub, and there was no sign of him having eaten anything, including her body. So he was loyal.
Oh, hey.
Didn't eat her.
My dog bites me while I'm alive. He's gonna consume me while I'm dead.
He's taste testing you for now.
He is.
He's giving little nibbles. He's just trying to figure out what that feels like.
This guy dying, man. He's waiting on me to die.
He's just waiting for it, man. Waiting for it to hit. Waiting for you to drop.
Hey, look, I don't want to be a bad person, but if that was I'm bordering the place up. I'm not going alone.
You're not going.
You eat me, you're coming with me.
You're gonna eat your dog too.
No.
Oh, you're gonna kill him.
I'm not gonna kill him.
You're by bordering up.
He's gonna starve.
He's gonna die a very long and painful death.
You like how it says you're gonna like starvation too. I like dogs. don't get me on like hating animals and shit. I like animals.
TOTB is not responsible for the views expressed in the podcast by the host. We're just degenerates online. We're talking about degeneracy.
None of this is real.
It might actually
we're
be
in
really
a simulation.
Real. But the company does not endorse it. Even though we're heads of the company,
I really don't feel like that. This disclaimer does not mean I feel like this.
The company just does not endorse anything its owners say. The company exists on its own as its own entity. As its own entity, as an individual with its own freedom of speech rights, according to Republicans. Yeah. So now that was the last Quora query we have for you today. We hope that it was a good one. This was a special episode. I've been telling Jay what we wanted to do this for a while.
This is pretty fun. Going through all these questions that people want advice on.
Just straight through it. Just straight
shooting through it.
Just straight through Quora queries, and hopefully we'll do it again sometime.
It was a pretty fun episode.
I think this is fun. So we'll catch you all next week. Again, you can
follow us. Another episode.
Exactly. Another episode in the books. You can follow us all on every platform at TOTBENT. You can follow me on my Instagram at Jeremiah Jordan TOTB.
And you can follow me at J_3J on Instagram. That's the only place I'm at.
And in the coming weeks, we'll probably have some more exciting stuff coming out for you. So just keep up with our socials, keep up with our page and our community tab.
Yeah, make sure you like, you comment, and you share the videos with other people. That's
right. Like, comment, subscribe, and then share with your family, share with your friends, repost on your socials as well. Mm-hmm. And if you like the show, that's the best way you can.
Definitely hit us up if you have any ideas, any feedback, anything you would want to share about your personal life. Maybe we can take a proper gander
if you want to send us propaganda, or if you want to
propaganda too,
or send us like life updates, want to cover something about you, send us an email at totbent.info@gmail.com.
That's right.
And that's all we have for you guys today. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next week.
We'll see you guys.
Bye-bye.